Hey guys, you're tuning in to Lions Den Investments and Reviews. My name's Casey. Sorry if the phone's a little shaky here. I'm over here in Panama City, actually in between Panama City Beach and Destin, Florida, coming to you from Seagrove Beach, Florida. So there's the ocean behind me right now. But I wanted to shoot video, just giving you an update on the markets right now. With the cryptos. There's a lot of news coming out right now, good and bad, so we'll kind of cover both of those real quick. But, excuse me here, I'm going to walk into the apartment or the condo. So I've been reading a lot of articles coming out right now, and a lot of these articles are good and bad, like I was saying. Some of them are from big names like Warren Buffett, for instance, and Charlie Munger. Okay, some of the stuff that they've been talking about recently in their articles that have come out here in the last like couple days, they were talking about, Charlie Munger was really bad mouthing Bitcoin and saying it's disgusting that he's seen it jump to like $60,000, right? Well, I've got something to say about that because, Charlie Munger is, in his own right, a legend when it comes to investing, but his investing is from traditional markets, okay? And one of the key strategies that him and Warren Buffett use for investing is, staying inside their lane and their circle of competence when it comes to investing, right? They if you listen to some of the stuff that they talk about, they always talk about, investing in stuff that they understand, all right? Now, for traditional markets and for most investors, that's great advice, okay? But here's where things get a little twisted, all right? And it causes mass confusion with people such as people who aren't aware of like the underlying technology behind cryptos, and they just jump in, because they're trying to get some profits and higher returns from different markets. They jump in and they throw their money into like Bitcoin and other blockchain projects. And then news comes out from guys like Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett talking about how disgusting it is to invest in this stuff because it doesn't have any value behind it. I have to call bullshit on that. And the reason why is because they're being hypocrites, okay? They sit here and they talk about, not investing in things that they don't understand. Well, they don't understand blockchain, okay? They don't understand the underlying technology that is behind that. And then they turn right around and they talk shit on it, saying, it's rat poison, squared, it's disgusting how high it's jumped in price, whatever. The point here is if you don't understand the technology and you don't want to invest in it, fine, but keep your mouth shut, Like, I hate it when people do that. They sit there and they start talking about things they don't know anything about, okay? And Charlie Munger are great, and Warren Buffett are great examples of people who just, they've made all this money in traditional markets over the years. And, part of that is because they're good investors, but at the same time, traditional markets are manipulated, even more so than blockchain. Okay, and because of that, they've been able to make massive fortunes on it, and now they're missing out on a whole new market and a whole new asset class that's been introduced, and a whole new market that's been created, and they're missing out on that opportunity. And instead of saying, wow, maybe I was wrong, and maybe I was a little late to the game, instead of doing any of that, they're just sitting here bad mouthing blockchain as a whole, okay? And it's not just Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. You got Jannet Yellen out there in the past week talking about she doesn't think that the U.S. is fit for regulatory measures and framework. She didn't feel like, we have the proper framework in place to regulate this market. And, she's just another example of somebody who's spreading FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Because if you follow my channel, okay, and if you guys subscribe, you'll see that I've shot videos just in the past like 2 or 3 weeks where I was talking about the regulatory framework working group that was set up through the CFTC and the SEC. So they're going to start working together to form clarity and regulation behind blockchain. And then just a couple weeks after that, you got Jannet Yellen out here saying she doesn't think that we have the proper framework in place for that kind of stuff. So it's just hearsay. Guys, if you're new to investing in this space, okay, and you're seeing this kind of stuff come out, don't pay attention to it. All right, especially if you're interested in blockchain and you want to learn more about it. Okay, the more you learn, the more you understand about this market, the more it's just as clear as day. And you can see what these guys are doing. They're trying to scare the weak hands out so they can have it for themselves. Okay, Jamie Dimon's a great example of that. He was talking back in 2018 about how Bitcoin was such a bad investment, right? And then lo and behold, here in 2020, going into 2021, you got JPM coin being created, and he's dumping a lot of investment money into this into this space. So guys, excuse me if this video is extremely shaky. Sorry about that. Kind of filming without a selfie stick, so forgive me. Video's a little shaky there, but anyways, my point is, if you're an investor and you're just getting into this space, do your research, read books, try to learn as much as you can about this space. And as you get more knowledgeable about it, right, you're going to be staying in your lane, and you're going to be able to find out, and see it's clear as day what they're doing is just a way for them to scare people out of the market. And it's pretty obvious, once you see that. So with that said, that's basically that's not really bad news. That's just that'd be like that'd be the main message I want to send to you guys here when you see this kind of news coming out. It's just forget it. And like I said, the more you learn about it, the more you're gonna see it. It's clear as day what these guys are doing. And that does move markets, okay? Especially in blockchain, because blockchain is not as regulated. It doesn't have as much regulation and clarity as the traditional markets. So it is going to move the markets up and down. But if you look at the markets right now, even with prices dropping here and there, you got Bitcoin right now at around like 56,800 or something like that. You got Ethereum right around like 3,500, a little over that. So it's not that kind of news is not shaking people as much as they would probably like. But just like I said, have strong hands. These people want what you have if you're invested in these technologies and projects, and don't let them get the best of you when it comes to creating fear and triggering that emotion that causes you to sell. Don't do it. Don't play into it. Speaking of projects, by the way, you've got I want to talk about Dogecoin, because I was talking to a guy the other day, and I was wearing a shirt from my investment Theta, right, and the shirt just said Theta on it, and this guy was walking by me and he says go Theta. He was actually an investor himself in Theta and Bitcoin, and he asked me what do you think? What's your take on Dogecoin? Guys, Dogecoin, I think, is it's a great example of not necessarily a pump and dump, but it's a great example of just being able to see what these projects can do. I mean, you've seen Dogecoin go up probably over 1,000% in the last month, okay, in price, and I can tell you that price is going to come back down at some point. But what I was telling them about Dogecoin was that you got projects in blockchain space that have real utility use case, right? Projects such as Theta and Tfuel, and projects like that are, it's all about when it comes to projects, it's all about finding out what problems they solve, and then are they going to withstand the test of time. And you got Theta and Tfuel, for instance, right, which are utility use case with proof of view, live streaming, video. They solve a big problem there when it comes to the CDN, or content delivery networks, and that's huge, right? That's huge. But then you got coins like Dogecoin, who don't even have a development team behind them. They aren't doing anything right there to keep it evolving and increasing in technology as far as use case. So Dogecoin, in my personal opinion, basically comes down to a belief system, kind of like what you have with Bitcoin. Okay, it's real similar in concept when it comes to the peer-to-peer technology, but you got a whole big community behind Dogecoin, and you got Elon Musk out there pumping it, trying to keep the confidence up in Dogecoin. And I think honestly that's what's driving the price up in Dogecoin. But let me know your thoughts on Dogecoin and how long you think that's going to last, guys. Because honestly, I've seen this before, and I can tell you that the prices don't continue going up and up and up, parabolic like that over time. With something or a project like, it's not even a project with a currency like Dogecoin. It's just a community-based belief system, and it doesn't, the prices are going to come back down, is what I'm saying. So if you're in Dogecoin right now and you're invested in it, this isn't financial advice, but my recommendation would be to, lick your ice cream, take some profits off the top, and if it continues to go up, great. But if it doesn't and starts coming down, get out and then look at another project. It's all about asset allocation, and you want to be able to create a portfolio that's going to make you profits long term, and give you some short term profits as well. And Dogecoin, I'm not saying is bad. I'm just saying that it's not going to last long term with prices increasing like that, and continually just going parabolic. So they will come down at some point. So if you're in that, be careful. With that said, Theta, guys, going back to Theta and Tfuel, it's May 6th. The CTO, the Chief Technology Officer at Theta, is actually in Sydney, Australia, and they're giving a speech on the off-chain micropayments throughput for sharing rewards, which is pretty big, because a lot of people in this space, developers that are creating other projects on blockchain, they're going to be at this conference and this event, and they're going to, if they don't know about Theta, they're going to know about it afterwards, which is awesome, because guess what? Theta also has their mainnet 3.0 update coming out here at the end of June, and they've got this NFT marketplace that's being created, and that NFT marketplace, I believe, is going to be huge. Okay, I mean, you already see what NFTs are doing as a whole, and that right there alone, without a Coinbase listing or some of the other stuff that they have in play, that right there alone is what I think could possibly take Theta and Tfuel to all-time new highs here very soon. Let me know what you guys think as far as Theta and Tfuel and where you think those are headed, because when you look at the ratio on Tfuel, just not too long ago, the ratio was like 34-1, and if we can get that ratio on Tfuel somewhere closer to like 25-1 or even like 6-1, where they're talking about Tfuel potentially going. Guys, if you're invested in Tfuel, being that that's the native currency to the Theta blockchain, just with Tfuel alone, you're looking at making yourself a small fortune. Okay, so that's really all I have for today. As far as updates, like I said, I don't have a laptop with me, so I'm not able to really, keep up to date and look at the charts and all that from a technical perspective. But from the fundamental side, I can tell you that some of the news that I'm reading right now is just, there's a lot of it to cover, and it's very hard to cover because you gotta, basically try to memorize this stuff as you're sitting out on a beach looking at your phone, looking at the articles and whatnot. But yeah, I just wanted to give you an update on my thoughts with all the news that's coming out right now. Let me know what you guys think as far as regulation and clarity on the markets, because again, XRP, for instance, here's another one. XRP just added the 43rd U.S. Treasury Secretary to the board there at Ripple. Okay, and the SEC, the case that they have going between Ripple and the SEC is still ongoing, and the SEC right now is trying to withhold documents that were requested from Judge Netburn on their conversations with Ethereum and Bitcoin. All right, so that's another update there on the Ripple and XRP case. But let me know what you guys think as far as all this news coming out and all the FUD. What your thoughts are with the market, where we're going, because honestly, I don't think this bull run's over yet. I really don't. I think we're just getting into here to the month of May, and I think May is going to be a great month overall. And get ready, because here in June, I think Theta and Tfuel are going to take off. I'm just patiently waiting, and I hope you guys are too. Like I said, have strong hands. Be a lion. Don't be like the sheeple. Don't panic and read these articles that I'm talking about and fall into the fear and panic mode and start selling your assets, because that's when you lose money. All right. With that said, guys, if you're new and you're watching this for the first time, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and as usual, guys, fear nothing, my friends. I'll talk to you later.